Hello! And hopefully this is working. I need to find... Every time I don't start this right. And it's not even like it's a running joke, like, oh, I'm going to say something stupid at the start of the stream. That's just how it happens every time, naturally. Because I'm naturally stupid, everybody. It's me, your fave, Teeny Steeny, here for Ass Town on Tour. Another episode of our weekly Animal Crossing Island tours. With me, as always, the man behind the podcast that you know and love. The as featured in Edge, David Thayer. Shrinky, how you doing?
Very well, thank you. All covered in fish and fish smells.
Love those fish smells. In fact, let me turn on the light so we can look at the fish oil dripping off each other's bodies. This fishing day, joining us today is is the chilling Ass Town original Charlie. Charlie, welcome to the studio.
Thanks for having me. It's nice to be here.
It's this is going to be fun. Today we're going to go visit your island, Rosewish, not Rosswish, like the high school club intern mistweeted earlier on in the week. But we will be,
whoever that is, they're a real idiot.
They're getting,
worst kind of dum-dum.
They're getting sacked. That unpaid intern didn't know what hit them. But we will be making Ross wishes as we go around the island tonight, as laid out on Twitter. Anyway, everybody, welcome. It's been another week. You know, not a terribly news-filled week, but of course, as intimated by Shrinkles, it was the fishing contest today. It's the second fishing contest, I think, since we've started. Now, did either of you take part? Shrinky?
I did. So, as regular viewers of the stream will know, I had big regrets about not fully participating the first time round after I saw all the great gear that everyone had got as rewards. So this time I really tried much harder and did a bit of independent fishing, did some fishing on other people's islands, and I think I got almost all the items this time, so I feel very pleased. The hard work was worth it.
Just want to thank you, David, for donating this lovely fish print to the studio, which has going alongside all of our other treasures from our adventures so far. Charlie, I know you've been busy. Did you take part today?
I didn't, and I'll tell you for why. Fishing is for babies. It's really boring and bad. I don't like the fish. Okay, no, I do like fishing. I don't like the fishing tournament because of the timed element. It makes me really angry. I think it goes against the pure spirit of Animal Crossing. I don't like competitions, and I don't like any of the prizes. I think they look really. It's not my vibe.
What about the anchor?
The anchor can get lost.
Jeez Louise.
What about a t-shirt?
The t-shirt is very bland. The bag. What are you putting in it?
Look at this t-shirt. I look like a fish-obsessed scout. It's great.
You look like you've been to Billabong.
Yes.
This is shocking. Shocking.
Well, slap a pair of Oakleys on me and call me bro. Well, I find that shocking, but you raised something that I thought about earlier today, is that I kind of felt nostalgic for the old style fishing competitions where it was about the weight of the fish, and there was kind of that random element where...
I really like that. I miss that more kind of randomness, just catch like fish and see what you get, rather than it becoming like a stand here and if you throw bait, you'll probably win, and I don't know, it just doesn't appeal to me as much.
Oh my god, I've just realised I forgot about bait.
You see, that's what happened the first time round. I thought, I'm not going to bother with bait. I'll just compete honestly and see how I do. And then I earned, I think, I did one item, and I thought, exactly like Charlie, I thought this is way too stressful. I'm not really going to enjoy this. It seems like a lot of hard work, so I'm not going to bother participating. This time round, I was a bit wiser, so I had stocked up on bait first, and I found out that I think they're trying to encourage us to team up again. So if you go and fish on someone else's island, the points you earn are pooled together,
Oh wow, I didn't
and
know that.
and there are bonuses as well for fishing together. So I think they're just trying to encourage us. No, just you versus the fish for 3 minutes is pretty hard, but a bunch of you versus fish, all of you with bait, means you're going to really rake in those points.
That does appeal more, and it does
lot
feel
easier.
more like an event.
Yeah,
I
and it's
know
really nice seeing everyone clubbed together, queuing up to talk to CJ.
I know obviously we've got fishing ring leader Sammy in the chat tonight, who I know is well versed at the group fishing. Also, Alexis on the chat, obviously in, I want to say in Canada. Alexis, every I guess the location, every stream. I think in a faraway place, still fishing. You know, fishing may have ended for us over here in the old world, but in the new world, the fishing continues. And I wish I was there right now, regardless of the draconian anti-fishing stance taken by Charlie. Is it a political opposition to the concept of overfishing? Can I ask that?
No, I just don't like. I just am lazy.
Also, fishing, like we all said, it probably smells kind of gross. I don't know. Never been fishing IRL. I like to keep it all contained to Animal Crossing because I'm a lazy shut-in. So we're gonna head over to Rosewish shortly. But before we do that, I just wanted to not remind everybody about what's going on. Remind everybody about the upcoming birthdays. It's everybody's favourite new feature. It's birthday chat. Now, do we like birthday chat? Let me know in the chat, because it's a great convenient way for us to get over to another island while we chat to you. But obviously today it's July the 11th. We told you last week it's Victoria's birthday. If you haven't got Victoria something nice, well, you've got a few more hours left. After the stream ends, watch the stream. Then after the stream ends, go and give Victoria something nice. She's relying on you. Next up, the next birthday is. Oh no, the birthday graphic's not working, everyone. It's gone haywire. Oh no, this is fine. We're going to solve this manual, everybody.
Now you have to memorize all the birthdays.
Oh no, I can't do that. That's a big problem. Next up, it's too late. I've figured out a solution. Next birthday is Olive tomorrow, July the 12th. Now, I've never met Olive. Her personality is normal, which sounds kind of, offensive. I would take that personally. But her hobby is nature, so, think about that when you're buying her a gift tomorrow, everybody. Who thinks she's cute? Mercelet recognises her. Oh no, Doodles by Ben says he was shown the longest ad before he could watch the stream and missed loads. But hey, that 5p we get from the ad, that goes right in the High School Club kitty for some future use that we've yet to determine. We'll figure it out. July the 13th, we've got Twiggy, Peppy, loves fashion, favourite song is Bubblegum KK, and an interesting fact, canonically true, Twiggy is the second of 6 kids. She says it in her dialogue. If you don't believe me, go look at a fan Wikipedia where I source these facts from.
I did always suspect that about Twiggy, though.
Exactly. Yeah, Twiggy has that vibe. Second of 6, has kind of corrupt eldest child energy. Like kind of aggressive, but with less authority. I'm an only child, so I wouldn't know. Well, Wait, David, you're an only child too, right?
I am.
I'm an only child.
I was about to say, I was just about to ask. I had a serious suspicion that this is an only child club tonight. Oh my god.
We're all going
only child
to do things.
Yeah.
Oh god, as if this stream didn't already emanate only child enough. Charlie, you've made it into a Triforce. So tonight on tonight's stream, we're going to chat all about what being an only child is like and how are the most meaningful relationships in our lives with these characters on these islands. So that's all a big part of it. Moving on, sorry, getting us sidetracked with psychosis. Next up is Caroline. Now, there's an interesting fact about Caroline. Caroline originally appeared in the original re-release of the original game in Japan, Animal Forest Plus. First introduced to us in the GameCube Animal Crossing as one of the islanders, where she went by a different name, Bliss. Does anybody remember encountering Caroline as Bliss? I don't, but it's bliss to look at her. She's normal, all right, but her hobby is music. So I don't know. Do villagers respond better to gifts that relate to their hobbies? Let me know, everybody. I'm not a terribly good gift giver. Small Flower says she's got a lovely fringe. It is. She's got a very interesting fringe, actually. I mean, Charlie, you're obviously a fringe connoisseur as well as a beret connoisseur, which is why we're all wearing berets tonight. We haven't even addressed that.
It's just something I insist on. It's like, you know how Mariah Carey likes baskets of puppies.
As well she should.
I refuse entry to bareheaded friends.
Well, we were talking just before the stream. I've always, I've been thinking about, would a beret work for me? And this is a great way to test it. And I think we're all agreeing it's working.
It's a good look.
Anyway, yes. So your thoughts on what makes a good fringe?
Straight across, no nonsense. Cut by yourself with a pair of kitchen scissors.
Now, this is the problem with Caroline's. It's a little bit wild, I would say. A little bit all over the place. So I guess, she's not going to make it into Fringe Club. Next up on the birthdays on July 16th, you know her, you love her. It's Frita, who appears on this stream so much now. I think we maybe talk about Frita every week. If we don't see Frita, we think we see Frita, but it's another similar villager.
Yeah, very different. Similar yet very different.
Similar yet very different, because no one could quite be Frita, of course. It's the only Animal Crossing villager. Looks like they're made of fast food. Interestingly enough, Frita's Japanese name is Wendy, after the fast food chain. Obviously, not, she's called Frita over here, mainly because her fringe is made of fries, which sounds pretty grim.
I'll be delicious. Pluck one off.
Oh.
Finish the meal. Whole new look.
Oh my god! Yeah, then you've got if you pluck one off, then you've actually got, the most severe kind of fringe possible.
It's like boy band curtains. If you go from the inside out, you just get progressively more and more Westlife until you have
those curtains up and they illuminate our whole world.
I'm just thinking about the chip grease. We were talking about fish grease earlier, but the chip grease must be quite a problem.
Frita, by the way, is sisterly. I don't have any sisterly villagers on my island, sadly. And her interest is music too, which is a great hobby to have. Let us know if you've got Frita this week and if she enjoys the presents that you gave her. Also, let us know if you've been using these birthday guides to remember your villagers' birthdays, because I don't think I've gotten a date wrong in several weeks now. But of course, it does happen, because sometimes I make these slides very quickly before we start streaming. That's the problem. July the 17th, we've got Jay. We've seen Jay on stream before. Jay's a jock. He loves fitness. Question for the gang: do any jocks not have fitness as their hobbies? Because all mine love fitness.
I think it's a defining feature.
Yeah, why would they like anything else? And then finally, on the birthdays crew, we have Croak. I've never seen Croak before. He's amazing.
Ooh.
He's obviously based on a Daruma doll, and I'm guessing on the legendary Daruma figure as well. That's all I know about that. But he's cool. I don't think Mercer has ever seen him before. I don't know where he comes from. As you can see, he has the lowest res art, which I think means he's the one that has the least amount of love on the internet. And with that, everybody, that's the birthdays. We're off to Rosewish.
Yeah.
Flying over. Okay, so immediately seeing lots of flowers.
That's my main interest. But I'm not addictive enough.
I have a feeling. Did I give you that teacup ride? Did we trade for that teacup ride?
No, we traded for some candy floss, I think. I'd like to trade teacup rides. If anybody's interested for a better colour, please help me.
You've got the kinds of adult-looking black and gold one, right? Yeah.
Which I got to get rid of. That is not my vibe.
We're here.
Welcome.
Beret gang.
Woohoo! Thank you for wearing hats. I was sort of joking, so I am really impressed.
No, we like to accommodate, guests on this stream. And if we wouldn't dream of not coming without a beret. We got to chat. Okay, well, the first things first, Charlie. Rosewish. Now, this is This is a long-standing name for you, right?
Yeah, this was my original island name, and I've carried it through. I couldn't bear to. I was like, oh, I should do like a funny name or a cool girl name. But I felt really bad. The main thing I strive for with this island is like ironic joy. So just like very, very soothing, nice times is the vibe.
Is there such a thing as ironic joy? I feel like irony is always laced with a hint of kind of sardonic sadness.
I feel like going like, oh, woo-hoo. That
there'll be none of that
I'd love to go to
today.
an island where the vibe was just, yippee.
That would be quite. I mean, that's a challenge. I'd say.
Yeah, that's tough.
Just put out anyone viewing if they can craft an island that has that vibe.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I would go there.
Let us know actually on the chat. If you know somebody who has an island that is as Charlie, can you do the woohoo thing again? I don't think I could capture it.
Woohoo!
If you've got one of those, let us know. We'd love to come. Speaking of things that we love, this flag, Charlie. Oh, touching.
Oh,
Tell us about it.
So this is Usagi from Sailor Moon's duvet pattern.
Oh, dream.
I took it from somebody else, like all my art in this game, because I can't draw. And then I thought it made a really cute flag. I need a rose flag. I used to have a rose flag, but I don't at the minute because I can't draw. So eventually that will change. But I like duvet, so I thought I'd hang up a little bit of duvet.
Now we actually never bring up town tunes in this on this show, but at one point I did have the Sailor Moon theme tune in my previous town. Have you set your town tune? We never talk about it actually.
Yes.
I'm complete. What's the town tune?
So at the minute it's a bit of Spirited Away.
Oh.
You'll hear it when you go somewhere. I don't want to sing it, but it's really nice.
Okay.
It took me a really long time to do because originally I had the notes all over the scale and it was really bad. It sounded really horrible.
The sound's off on mine, so I think you will need to sing it each time we go into any kind of e-location.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes we turn the sound down while we're streaming, for quality POV, but the viewers can hear. But me and David, you are going to have to sing it, I'm afraid.
Oh, for goodness sake.
People I know on the chat heard that your town tune was actually Mambo number 5. So when it hits, if we get the mental image of Lou Bega, then frankly I'm going to be even happier. I wish Studio Ghibli would finally make their Lou Bega movie. I'd love that. Anyway, first of all, hats off. We see the kind of off-brand Godzilla welcoming people.
Yes.
What kind of message do you feel this sends to the visitor?
Keep to the rules. Stay in line.
Oh, it's that kind of town.
You better watch out. Don't step on the grass.
I am now suddenly having flashbacks to your new Leaf town where you were, when paths were still very much a DIY effort.
Yes.
You were very much stick to the paths.
I kind of am with this. I've tried to be a bit cooler about it. So I laid all these paths before I unlocked paths in a nod to original Rosewish, which also had pink paths. So I've kind of kept the original sad, creepy dream alive.
I mean, so far it's not sad or creepy. It's just delightful, and And one thing I love is the little kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Crimping's the wrong word, but the exterior detail of the path.
Oh, it's really nice. Again, entirely the work of somebody else on the internet.
Curated by you.
It's really nice.
Dim refers to it as the crust. Makes sense.
It's got a good path crust is what you need.
Exactly. There's no shame to using other people's stuff. That's how we create society. Am I right, chat? Which way do we go?
This way, I think, is the best. So this is sort of the main drag.
Oh, yeah.
And then this goes off to my home, hence this adorable sign.
I still don't have any of these adorable signs.
But if you come up here, I tried to do like a main street. And I wanted the museum to be the thing that, so you've got like a straight shot, almost, but not quite, from the airport to the front of the museum. And then this is kind of like a shopping street. So
Ooh.
I'm
Love-
kind of hoping there's more buildings. I've left room so I can extend the street. I'm hoping for a coffee shop at least.
I mean,
Aren't we all?
aren't we all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the same thing at the moment where like I've got my, because initially I put my museum right next to my Nook shop because it felt like I was going to be doing a lot of selling of excess fossils and creatures and whatever, and I just thought eventually when there's more buildings I'll move the museum, and so now I'm kind of in this place where I don't want to move the museum because it's like memories now, but also it's occupying some like prime estate that should really be a shop, and I definitely want to move my museum more into like a pride of place like you have yours.
Well,
currently.
it's still I kind of like, because I do, again, I'm just trying to copy the vibes of the old game of having like a lovely long shopping street, but I want there to be more things. 'Cause I've got this fountain which is literally just to remind me to not build here until...
Wait a second, I'll be back in a second. I just saw Rolled.
Oh, he's charming. He's got his lovely smart clothes on.
Christina's calling him business Rolled.
He's just really smart. He dresses like my granddad. I love it.
He's just moved here.
No, he hasn't.
That's what he's telling me.
Well, he's an absolute little liar. He's been here since day one.
Once you put on the suit and tie right, you become a liar, right? A liar for the man. Sorry, you were mentioning the fountain. I got distracted.
Oh no, it's really dry. Basically, I'm using items to remind me to not put anything there or any houses there until coffee comes.
It's a very
It's a
good.
lot more elegant than a kind of a building site.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
that you can always pick it up.
Just pack it up. Exactly.
And you've already mained the waters in, ready for a building, right?
You know it.
Sensible.
The up here's pretty dry. We'll leave that for now.
Okay.
Down here is where I live, but we'll go to it via the nursery.
Okay.
This is where I cultivate.
So tell
flowers.
us about your flower situation. What kind of flower? What's your relationship with flowers in Animal Crossing: New Horizons?
I really like them. I don't really understand what I'm doing, so a lot of it's just happy accidents. But people in the chat kind of help me learn about the cloning thing, where if you put no flowers of the same thing around it, you'll get straight copies. So if I create something good by mistake, I move it here, and then eventually I just get more of them. I find watering really boring, so I just let it happen over time with rain, and then I pluck them all out and I put them in other places around the island. So you'll see some places where there's like white and red and yellow. Eventually those all get replaced with flowers from the nursery.
So it sounds like you're a keen gardener, but also you respect the forces of nature, and you want.
I'm lazy and I like nice things. Is what.
Well said.
Harnessing nature. You're harnessing nature to do the work.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the whole human MO, right? You know, we're lazy and we always look to do things easier, thus better, and that's what creates quality of life.
Exactly. But yeah, like all of this used to be red and white, and then over time I've just pulled it all out and replaced it.
Oh, it's dreaming. Plus a flamingo.
Slowly it's spreading. You bet.
Okay, on the chat, is this Mr. or Mrs. Flamingo? People seem to know this. Charlie, you maybe know it because you placed it here.
I don't know. I don't know.
Somebody on the chat will know. I'm just guarantee you they'll answer that as we walk around.
There's another one over here. I think it's. I don't know.
Oh, they're the same though.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's another one over there. I think Mrs. is this pale pink dame here, maybe.
This dame. Look at this broad right here, Mrs. Flamingo. Mayor Sailor thinks Mr. Okay, we think leg up is Mr. Leg down, maybe because I mean
The delicate grace of a Mrs.
Exactly. Not to typecast. Dame Flamingo, like Dame Judi Dench. People says, love this kind of shabby chic table outside.
Thank you.
Very nice.
This I put down very early on. I've been too lazy to change. David, you can stand. No, you can have my chair.
Oh, no, David, you can have my chair.
That's because I was busy looking for a sad reaction.
The workbench still outside. Very handy.
I put them everywhere outside. I don't understand why you'd want them indoors. I'm very lazy. So I've got them kind of all over for crafting as I go.
I don't think I've seen this version of the workbench before.
It's
very
cute. I feel like it should be indoors, but
I've got one of
it's
those
cute.
in my house, and I thought it was really, really nice, and I love the lamp that it has on it. And it took me a very long time to realise there were hearts all over it.
Yeah, it's really, really cute.
There are hearts on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh, I
It is
see.
Very charming.
I love it.
Where would you? Should we do the main loop?
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it. You take us where you want to take us.
Oh,
Let's go wherever your heart leads us.
Well, so you kind of come up from the airport, and it's all like this. Then we come into the town.
There's the teacup ride.
Oh,
Remember, if
area.
anybody's just tuning in and wants to trade colours with
Give me a cute
Charlie,
one, please.
Yeah. Oh,
I've tried to extend the square downwards into a seating.
using the
type
wedding
thing.
benches.
I love the wedding furniture. I've been using that outdoors a lot.
Oh, we'll keep an eye out for that.
I mean, the thing that was really bad is my Animal Crossing burnout sort of coincided maybe with like the wedding event. So I got a week in and was like, wow, I'm going to get loads of this stuff. And then never did it.
Yeah, I never got the organ.
Here's the first bridge that they make you lay that I've never been bothered to change because, again, I'm lazy.
It looks
now-
wonderful.
And now we're entering, this is the suburb.
Okay, first of all, always love to see the community like take one, leave one library.
Yeah, it's really cute. And this is sort of like, so I'm trying to put most of originally my plan was to put all my houses in here, and then I sort of moved away from that. But this is sort of like a Barrett Homes situation, a nice development for nice animals.
Aspirational community for the animals looking to get their first dream home.
Yeah.
There's the questions in the chat. Mayor Salis has realised there's no KK sliders tonight, so he's asking if Shrinky will sing the song instead. Shrinky Ho says that you're going to sing KK Thong Song.
Well, I could tap out a tune on the table. Everyone would love that.
It's always good to have like a well and a pump. Is a well and a pump the same thing?
Doesn't a pump draw water from a well? That's the worst banter of all time.
Hey, welcome to the well chat, everybody. These are important things to know, though. What if it's a post-apocalyptic situation? We were all talking about playing The Last of Us Part 2 before the stream. If we get into that situation, then we're going to wish, God, I wish we knew what the difference between a well and a pump was. Oh, yes, hello, cafe.
This is an adorable cafe. Everybody
Okay.
gets their own table where they don't sit with a friend.
Okay, now
Well,
we've
good social distancing going on.
Yeah.
and as we always remark upon, the hats as cakes, just a delightful thing.
It's so charming. It's nice. This is just, again, so I think this is the whole vibe of my island, is just unironic, nice times. I would like to go to a lovely cake terrace. I've created a lovely cake terrace.
I've never
You can
heard.
watch the
Wait,
water.
is a cake terrace a real concept?
No, but it's my unique business
It
concept.
sounds like it should be. I just
I-
imagine that in Time Out.
It would be really nice. Cake terrace, 5 stars.
And firstly, it looks like you're going to eat that whole 3-tier cake to yourself, which just sounds like a dream.
Exactly.
It's just very sweet. It's very nice. It feels very like. I feel I get like gooey, nice feelings being here, and also the use of the I don't know what these wedding flowers are called. Flower
Flower
stands?
sticks.
Flower sticks.
Arrangement.
That's arrangement. That's a good
That's
word,
the
isn't
one.
it? Yeah, they're really. Loads of those items were really cute. So
I like the idea
Those-
of spreading them across the island rather than just recreating a wedding set.
yeah, I started doing that, and then I started ripping things out and moving them because I thought they were very cutesy, and they went with the paving, and now they're sort of around.
Ooh, the white telephone box, perhaps the best of the.
I think it's very cute.
Yeah, like I get pretty weird about them not being red because I just feel like red is semiotically correct, but the white one, it is the classiest of the alternatives, I would say.
It feels like a theme park bit of
yes.
scenery, which is why it immediately went
Can we,
in.
can we talk about how firstly, Rold is a very popular villager, and he's really hogging the limelight in this stream.
Oh, no.
We haven't seen anyone else yet.
Oh yeah, maybe they've
Somebody's
all got
up here.
tuckered up from. Oh, this is
Audie.
Audie.
I was going to ask,
Audie,
do you have any favourite villages or favourite villager houses?
I'm not like super. I do really like. I like Wendy at the minute. I like Roald a lot. I'm trying to remember who's currently.
So I know Audie is a very, very sought after villager. Maybe
He's
numbers-
really sweet.
Should we go?
I love.
No,
Yeah, go for
Let's
it.
do it. Let's do it. I want in. Okay, I'm going in.
I
you have
like
any-
the thatched roofs as well.
Do you have any villages you don't like? Hello. So I
Do you
believe she's.
invite any villagers?
Pardon?
Did you invite any of these villagers specifically, or are they all random?
No. Some of them I was like, "Hey, come on over." I was going for more quantity rather than quality, and then over time I've just sort of begged people I like to stay. It's been nice. I found some happy accident friends that way. I think otherwise I can end up pursuing only cute type villages, and it can get a bit samey. So I'm trying really hard to not force fate's hand.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like I definitely like getting what I'm given, and
Yeah.
I do like. I think we discussed maybe we discussed this last week. I just when somebody wants to go, depending on the manner in which they ask, I'm up for letting them go. If they ask me if they're one of the characters whose personality types asks in kind of a uncertain way, I tell them to stay. But I feel this method doesn't work, because eventually I'll just end up with villagers that have that personality type where they seem uncertain about going. Whereas Cyrano, who I really like, the kind of judo gi wearing anteater, he asks to go in a much more straightforward way, so I let him. Maybe this is a lesson about assertiveness in general.
Perhaps.
I've had a horrible thought
What?
that's occurred to me. Well, horrible in a selfish way, in that. So I really like this "We're Open" sign, and I've never managed to find one yet in my own game. I was thinking, if I see a villager whose furniture I really like, now that I know that their furniture will end up in the recycling box, if I just persuade them to leave, then I can get all the great furniture they've got. And now I feel bad about having that thought.
You're gonna
David,
bully
push that to the bottom of your consciousness.
Bully them.
Messala says he hopes that Roald appears in Smash Brothers. We all do.
Oh, that would be lovely.
I bet Roald must be in the background of one of those Smash Brothers Animal Crossing stages.
He must be. Where to?
We'll go over here. There's some more. Roald just really wants to be in this stream.
Really,
The Roald?
yeah.
Welcome to the Roald stream, everybody.
Oh, down here is the most underwhelming piece of just. I hate the campsite so much.
Oh, let's talk about that. Why do you hate the campsite?
I just don't like how it looks. I feel like I'm forced to humour it. Everybody who comes is gross so far. I'm not getting a good enough visitor. I just don't like it. It just disappoints me. And it looks so underwhelming when it's not in use. I should
You don't think
really...
it looks charming?
It has like a rustic feel. It's just, this pile bothers me. And it looks like a stage, and I wish you could use it. Like, it's just empty and you could use it as a stage or something else.
That is true. It does look like a stage.
Yeah, I feel like the only way it's an interesting point. I feel like feels like people naturally try to solve it this way. It's the only way to really make it look like it has a home normally is to build a camp around it.
Yeah.
But then that forces you into having a camp, right? Can you build it on the beach, I wonder?
Good point, actually. That would be
Maybe
quite...
a good place.
Mine's right next to the beach.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice getaway. That makes a lot of sense.
People always says that he wishes they come out of the tent and interact with the island. Yeah, I feel the same. Oh, who's this?
This is Annalisa. She was quite new before I stopped last time. She's cute. I found her on an adventure and just thought I'd let her move in for a bit. I really liked her makeup.
She's flirting with me. I don't want you to, she's had a cute name and a love heart appeared. That's all I'm saying.
This is to the right. This is like, so I tried to do some more little zone type things.
Oh, I
so
like
this is the Zen garden situation,
Oh, yes. Oh, so much cool stuff.
which I really, really like. So I've been trying to do more of these little zones, but they're weirdly time consuming, and you need a lot of stuff to make them look like natural and not grid plonk.
Yeah, for sure. But I was about to comment on that, how like the arrangement, and we were chatting about this last week too. Like how kind of the challenge of arranging things naturally when the game lends itself to symmetry so much, or rather, I should say, I'm too. What's the word? I'm too addicted to symmetry. I'm really bad for like making things look clunky and not natural. But I love the way that you kind of use the stone texture to make the stones look even more like, make the stepping stones look even more like stepping stones.
That was a good moment. I've done a lot of stones on this island because I'm too cheap for bridges. I have like no bells.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, stepping stones, it's a thing.
Did you terraform this area, or did you?
No, this was like this. This is one of the first things that I've done very, very little. In fact, I'll show you because I would share some advice. I've done almost no terraforming. So my island has these two kind of peaks, which are really irritating, but I'm trying really hard to go with them rather than rub them out.
So where does the desire to not terraform come from?
Well, because I feel like the whole theme of the game is settling on an island and then sort of shaping that island into a dream. I don't feel like moving to an island and then changing. It's a bit like, you know how is it in Dubai where they dumped loads of sand into the sea and made it look like the world? They were like, world. I feel like it gets a bit like that.
Yeah, I think that was definitely like my concern when we first started getting the big like gameplay trailers, is that, you know, like, have we been given too much control? But I suppose ultimately it's up to us to decide whether to use it or not. So you're a shining example of self-control,
but
whereas I'm not. Oh yeah.
So my second level it was just a ledge going the whole way along. So I finally started pushing back the ledge, and I want to build something in here, maybe like a secret hideout type thing. And I want to build something here, but I have no idea what to do.
I mean, you know, we haven't mentioned yet, but tell us in the chat if you've met Gulliver. But you know, I'm led to believe that this new washed up seagull is going to give us pirate themed items. So if you wanted to have a hideout, a little cove here would be a perfect
that would be really cool. That would be very cool.
Wow, so on the chat, lots of people meeting Gulliver this week.
Oh, great.
Christina has met him. People I know has not met him. I want to say the username is Jesse 1003. That's a tough one to know how to say exactly. Who also met Gulliver a lot actually. Oh, I'm jealous. I haven't played it as much as I should have played it this week, and so I'm yet to encounter. And my understanding is he doesn't come on weekends. But
I've been combing my beaches, and regular Gulliver turned up, but not the new Gulliver.
That's exciting.
And most importantly, as Christina is laying out, you still get rusted parts. So if you're looking for that robot, don't despair.
Oh, my neighbour's decided to start drilling. So sorry.
It's okay. I know that pain.
So again, this is a bit I've kind of purposefully. I felt like everything was getting a bit gritty, so this is was a reminder to not get gritty. Up here, I've got a bench, and I use this as a star point.
Oh yes.
That's kind of generally all this whole bit is for, really, at this point.
But
is fishing stars. But
that's nice to see the control back to the game of. Alexis said on the chat that this is her first Animal Crossing, so the amount of control actually has been useful for all of the layout mistakes, and that is true. The ability to easily correct certain things has been really,
and also
really
that
good.
kind of really sheer frustration that I think sometimes you feel early in the game where you can't do something and you feel like you should 100% be allowed to do it, and ignore this. Let's leave.
Okay.
Moving this way.
Has anybody read the book Heidi?
No.
I haven't, but I bet someone in the chat would have done.
I mean,
She pushes her friend down a hill. Her friend can't walk. She pushes her down a hill.
what? This is taking a dark turn. I thought you said this was a nice, sweet island.
It is. I just thought it was me. I got the wheelchair really early on, and then I was like, "Hey, do you remember Heidi?" And they're just like, "No," and I just put that there, and I thought it was hilarious. And
Right.
then everybody has been like, "This is horrible."
Heidi fans? Heidi fans? Let us know in the chat if this clicked with you.
I
Yeah,
think
it
that
looks like
right.
at least one person did.
That's good.
Yeah.
If it's not Drag Race Heidi, then I don't know what's going on. Nincompoop was there, right there with you. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. I love just how natural it feels. Love all those weeds, and the summer weeds look so good as well.
Yeah, they're really nice. I was gonna clear them out, and then I saw them change, and was a bit lost.
They're just really dreamy. And I actually feel kind of insulted for the weeds when the game doesn't let you terraform where they are, but it won't do that with flowers. You know, disrespectful to the weeds.
This is somebody good lives here.
Oh,
I love that tap. I just think he's. This is an example of just letting random people move in.
also love the kind of riverside vibes of the entry.
Yes.
Okay, there's lots of Heidi chat in the chat now, so did not fall on deaf ears. Oh, hello, Murphy.
He's like a lovely grandpa there.
Oh, he loves living
It's
here.
wallpaper. It's great.
He says Rosewish is just perfect for these old bones.
He's just got such a lovely temperament, and he's a great little grass bed.
Can we talk about why he's got like dirt and leaves all over the floor but has a vacuum cleaner? That's an interesting
It
choice.
always worries me when they do that.
I think it's a case of good dirt and bad dirt.
Oh, of course.
He's
Presumably
all about the soil, but no thank you to the dirt.
Got it. This is like
Presumably-
trans fats and natural fats, right?
he's vacuumed the middle part, so that's why there's a little bit of space around the table.
It all makes sense. I actually haven't seen this floor before, or maybe I have, but just not in this like kind of this level of light, because it looks new. It looks new to me.
It's really lovely. He's a really charming little guy.
It's a pleasure to meet him.
I think that's almost everything, other than my house, and then a creepy point.
Oh, should we do the house?
Yeah, but the house is quite underwhelming. It's just a house.
Sammy's wondering if you've got to craft that floor. That floor looks like a Sahara floor to me, but is it a craft floor? Somebody let us know. Oh, no, Doodles by Ben thinks it's called the jungle floor, and he's got a recipe for it, so it's a craft floor. I was wrong.
Ooh.
It's amazing what you can craft these days.
Crest more stones.
Yes.
I'm just completing the loop. So originally my island was all just these like a selection of little ledges, which are really annoying. So I tried to terraform a little bit of that out.
Well, a little bit feels. I mean, I've got to applaud you for your lack of self-restraint. I've really tried, but now at this point, my island is pretty much a different island, apart from the very first neighbourhood of the island, which has remained the same. Oh yes, back at the house. Also, got to say, loving the marine-themed wreath.
The seasons.
Are they called wreaths when they're not for Christmas or funerals?
I think they call them
so.
door. No, it's not a door plate. No, it is a wreath, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wreath just sounds so. I don't know. It has connotations. Okay, Charlie, love this.
Welcome.
Right, loving.
Here we go.
Firstly, love the kind of. I don't even know how to describe these walls. I want to say
Pink.
plush leather walls.
They're like quilted leather walls with little shiny crowns. They're horrible. I love it.
Yeah,
It looks like you could really do some shouting in here.
Yeah. That's what this room is for. Welcome to the shouting chamber.
Oh, okay, let me get the camera out so I could zoom around the room. Okay, so what's the vibe that you go for? What's the design philosophy?
So it's just stuff I like. That's basically. I like cats. Wish I had a cat. Put a cat tower in. I like music. I like light. Who doesn't like light in their life? Um, I like crystals and tarot cards. So I've got a little area here for chasing my dreams.
Nice.
I like big beds. I cannot lie. And then I've got a little corner for like having a little write, a little tea.
Oh,
I like sitting on this cushion and just looking at this sheet.
Okay, that the sheep rocking chair, is it the best Celeste reward yet? Big
It's
fan
the
of the
first one we
bathtub.
got, and then I kind of struggled to get the rest, and I'm really proud of it, and I think it is lovely.
It's very nice. And also, can we talk about the doll? What are the thoughts about the doll?
Oh, I love the doll. I want to get so many dolls. I want to do a doll garden one day outside, like a little path of dolls.
Do you have any of the other doll colours?
Yeah, there's
You do.
another one upstairs that I got from Red. I think I've got like a there.
Oh, red. There's got to be something wrong with a red doll. Though. I bet you a doll from Red's probably filled with contraband.
Yeah. I'll take you through
It's
here.
definitely going to have seen some things.
This is my like workshop space. I think this is weirdly my favorite room. It's the messiest one, but it's full of possibility.
Oh yes, this is very craft room. Also
just
with a shoot 'em up.
Yeah, just all stuff like I'd love to have an arcade machine, and then the rest is just useful stuff for fixins.
This
and
is in real life. This is exactly where you would put your zipper doll, like at the back of a craft room, on top of a handy cabinet. You know. Also, check out the sound system.
It's great. You've got to have some sweet tunes while you're checking all your currents in your circuit.
Plus, you've got a camera set up for doing YouTube videos about like how-to tutorials for your craft.
Exactly, you've got it.
Exactly.
But yeah, I just love all the furniture that's not necessarily that pretty, but is really, really busy and has like purposes that tell that stories. Like I love the little, the nail lamp turns on, and I just think that's great.
Oh yeah.
Dry your gels and such.
This is
really good.
I think this is the second week in a row that we've seen like a busy craft room like this. But again, it just feels like so real and nice to have like all the different textures together. Kind of like it's like the anti-living room where it's, love it.
Exactly. It's really, I think it's also been the easiest room to do. I've really struggled. I find the DIY recipe part very, very tiring, and I'm not very good at it. And that's been the easiest room to put together from, like, it's just easy to get all the stuff for it and very satisfying to do. And it's always fun finding little bits to put in there.
Because I'm playing it like quite, I would say a healthy amount of Animal Crossing now, as opposed to the initial few weeks. I'm like really behind. Like I feel like I'm so far behind everybody else when it comes to like recipe collection.
Yeah, I am incredibly behind.
Oh, hello.
This is just this is my favorite furniture. This is my favorite event. So I just put it all here. I love it so much.
So you were the egg. You're the egg day. You're the egg day maniac.
I loved it. I loved the hats. I love the outfits. I liked finding all the eggs.
Not just everybody has two Zippity Bunny dolls, but you do.
I was going to say, when I saw that Zippity Bunny, I was going to say, the last vestiges of the Bunny Day activities.
No.
That's all we're going to see from that, and then...
No, keeping it alive. My plan originally was to make this like a seasonal room, but I like this, like nothing so far has wowed me as much as this lovely rainbow rug. Oh, it's so good. And the music's really chaotic in here. This room is quite stressful.
Just like Bunny Day itself. Mayor Sailor says he's doing a healthy 6 hours per day versus 12.
Oh my gosh.
It's important to pace yourself.
Christina about the double zipper doll says double dip on the zip. It's a fair comment. Oh, firstly, look at this! It's the what's this called? Big Lazy Susan. What's a Big Lazy Susan called?
A Big Lazy Susan?
I don't think you can get small Lazy Susans.
So is this
Otherwise,
a Lazy
that
Susan?
would just be a spinning plate.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, if Susan's going to build a table with a spinning table as part of the table, there's nothing lazy about that. Somebody give this thing a more respectful name. Maybe like an industrious Susan.
Resourceful Susan.
Exactly. It is
Rotating Susan.
I'd just like to point out that with this kitchen, it is a very intentional design feature that there is only one seat, and there's meal.
I mean, there's you don't want to share all this food, right? This is back to the only child equation.
Yeah, this is my delicious meal. Please get out. This is also the best item of all time. It's a commemorative plate.
Yes.
Two greatest people. What a testament to true love. It's beautiful.
That is what love is, right there.
You could put it on the wall. It's so cute.
Amazing. Oh, by the way, Ho has confirmed that this is called a banquet table.
Banquet for one.
Mayor Sailor has called it a Big Suze. So, take your pick.
I like Big Suze a lot.
I was just to get Lazy Susan and Spinning Jenny mixed up.
Wait, what's a spinning Jenny?
Doesn't it make like thread or something?
Yeah, part of
Right.
like the weaving machines that were used in like Victorian times. It's the kind of thing that seems to be quite a large part of school, anyway, learning about spinning jennies.
And then you never think about it again.
Alexis also showing love for the plate in the chat. The plate is fantastic. We're going up. We're going back to the pattern of people showing us basements last, by the way.
Oh, it's not good. You should go. This is my spotlit toilet. This is my favourite feature of the house.
Yes.
Oh,
You can find it in the dark. The only thing I'm proud of in this entire house.
Wait, I'm just trying to get a feel of what's going on here. So it's like a wet room situation. There's a shower.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish they'd let you put down different floorings.
At different areas, yes. Yeah.
Love to have a tile situation along here.
I mean, I think there are certain rugs that you can fake it with, but they're not very versatile, Oh, a little rug in front of the fireplace.
This is my definitely real pet.
Oh, it's Mum's plush, right?
Yeah. I mean, no. It's a dog. It's a real dog.
What's the
It's a
dog's
real...
name?
Mum's plush. I don't know. Don't ask questions. Goodbye.
Wait, what? Wait, what's on the? Wait, is that a ring on the mantelpiece?
Yeah. That's where I put my engagement ring when I go to bed.
Wait, are you engaged to Isabel?
Yes. But she's also. It looks like she's dead because of the incense. It's really weird.
very mixed messages.
Yeah.
It's actually
Marry me or die.
the
Pick
big
one, Isabel.
the big green diamond is actually just her compressed ashes.
I'm imagining what this room must smell like because you've got incense over here. You've got what might be a scented candle up here.
It
and
is.
over here
of course.
you've got another fragrance.
Imagine that they're all pumping out the same
User.
stink, but you've got warm stink, smoky stink,
Yeah.
wet stink,
And
but
I guess,
they're all the same stink.
I guess you need all that because
And then
in
the
the corner
fan
here you've got a
all
different
around.
stink,
Of
Yeah.
course.
and there's no barrier to prevent that.
I'd love an episode of Grand Designs where they're like they and we've spotlighted the toilet in this open plan toilet/bedroom.
I love it so much. It's the only thing I like about my entire house.
It's a brave architectural choice that the couple think will really pay off.
I watched an episode of that this week. He's so rude about everyone's houses.
I mean,
I
some
watched
of them
an
are
episode with the
shocking.
guy I watched an episode where the guy who was doing the house had a heart attack, and he seemed like really happy about it.
He's thinking about that advertising revenue. Must get a cut.
This is the basement is just state in flood.
Oh, you did get the organ.
Yes, and then I gave up and got tired. Originally, I was going to do a full venue in here. It's got the
Look at
snow floor,
this.
which makes a lovely crunch crunch sound.
Oh, it's just like out of Frozen.
Yeah, it's really nice. Anyway, if anybody's had their wedding plans affected by the coronavirus, they can hire this venue for a reasonable sum.
Oh no, you're referencing real life tragedy, right?
Yeah, I'm taking real life tragedy and fixing them in video games.
Look, and
That's
we can We can all applaud that. Oh wait, I meant to applaud, but I did the glee. I'm not taking glee. I'm not taking glee at the situation. I'm applauding your resolve. And now I can't even get the right emote wheel out. There we go. Delight. Applauding the resolve. I've never seen this floor either. This is really lovely.
Yeah, I think I just didn't get the floor of my dreams, so I just put down a lovely crunchy floor. I got this off a Yeti who I didn't like, and then he left, and I got his floor. That's the only joy he brought to my life. There was like I can't remember what he's called.
There's Yetis?
He's a gorilla type villager, but he's like an abominable snowman.
Right. I don't think I've ever met him.
He's fine. He's gone now. We don't talk of him.
Oh no. He gave you a crunchy floor though.
Speaking of, what happens to villagers when they leave?
Uh-oh.
Take me to the final point.
Oh.
So there's no KK slide this week, but Charlie's promised us to end on a high. Did you say a high note?
Maybe I didn't use those words.
No.
Let's say I didn't, even if I did, because it will look bad.
The word high note wasn't used.
Thank goodness. You'll need your ladder.
Oh yeah. Look, Rold, he's here again.
He loves it. He can't get enough.
He kind of wouldn't let me pass either. Oh yeah, get my ladder out.
So I think this is quite common. I've been doing.
Oh god.
Everybody does this, but basically, so I don't like letting people leave. But if people do leave, they don't make it to the
Get
airport.
off the island. Oh.
They pack all their stuff. And they go to bed being like plane in the morning, and then they're just gone. It's really weird, and nobody knows. But anytime somebody leaves the island, a new stone gets crafted and gets put in this yard.
So who lives here?
Well, one of these is Hans, and then one of these is a horse who I didn't much care for. Maybe she started the whole thing. I don't know. Anyway. And then one of these is a rude cow.
I can't even remember their names.
No.
The statue also gives it a kind of really foreboding creepiness.
It reminds them to not.
So are there any other plots reserved?
Well, there's room for expansion, as you can see.
Yeah, I mean, it all started really well this tour.
Yeah, I mean,
we would.
I think we might have to have a word in private.
Yeah, maybe.
How we're gonna get
This
off
is
the
quite
island?
normal, right? Anyway, guys, it's really, really nice that you could come. If you guys just wait,
Oh god.
just way.
Oh no.
It's been so nice
Oh
having you.
my god.
There's no bridge off
The
the
airport's
this thing.
closed, but guys.
Ah. Oh no, I can't escape. This is just like when Philippa tried to axe murder us. Okay. Oh my god, Charlie, well, want to thank you for joining us this evening. Where can people find you on the internet? We're stuck! We're trapped! No.
So you live here now. It's been a real pleasure being your friend.
Oh no, wait, we really are trapped. Oh no.
We didn't have to call the rescue services.
Well,
Okay.
this has been another episode of Town on Tour. Thanks, Charlie, for being our lovely guest. It's a really nice island. Shrinky, where can people find you on the internet?
They can find me at Shrinkwrapped on Twitter, or they can check out the Town podcast at highschoolclub.com, of which Charlie is a contributor. So if you haven't heard that, definitely check that out.
And yeah, everybody, if in case you missed it, we're working on New Horizons travel guides where we'd like high school clubbers to submit some artwork or some screenshots or something to help us chronicle our time on New Horizons together on the High School Club website. Go over to the website to check it out. And also, don't forget, of course, if you are watching this on YouTube or the stream and you haven't checked out the podcast that this is a spin-off from, please go visit High School Club, the High School Club website to listen to the podcast. You can also find it on lots of other places you can get podcasts, including YouTube. So yeah, I'm trying to find up the YouTube slate, but I'm actually kind of panicking for my life right now. I found it. Here are all the social details. And yeah, everybody.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah,